I don't care about Bitcoin. I could give a shit, to tell you the truth.
I could care less what Bitcoin trades for, how it trades, why it trades, who trades it. If you're stupid enough to buy it, you'll pay the price for it one day.
I personally think that Bitcoin is worthless, but I don't want to be a spokesman for it. I don't care. It makes no difference to me.
Some kind of digital currency at one point. So I'm not against crypto. Bitcoin itself has no intrinsic value. It's used heavily by sex traffickers, money launderers, ransomware. So I just don't feel great about Bitcoin.
That was Jamie Dimon, CEO of JPMorgan, one of the world's largest banks. And spoiler alert, he's lying to you about Bitcoin. Now, at their 2025 Investor Day, something has changed. JPMorgan has publicly shifted their stance on Bitcoin. So let's break that down, because you heard them famously skeptical, famously against Bitcoin. But now CEO Jamie Dimon says the bank will let clients buy Bitcoin. And this is major news, because after this, I'm going to reveal what Jamie Dimon says about the state of the economy and why I think they're buying even more Bitcoin than they're letting on. Now, JPMorgan Chase is finally allowing clients to buy Bitcoin, but CEO Jamie Dimon is still a skeptic. We're going to allow you to buy it, he said at the annual Investor Day on Monday, and that's Investor Day for JPMorgan. We're not going to custody it, though. We're going to put it in statements for clients. Now, this is a huge step for the largest U.S. bank, particularly due to his history of criticizing Bitcoin and the crypto market. Now, Jamie Dimon, though, he's still making it clear that his view of Bitcoin is unchanged. He's highlighting issues such as money laundering, lack of clarity surrounding ownership, and along with the sex trafficking and terrorism. But he still defends your right to hold it. I don't think you should smoke, but I defend your right to smoke, and I defend your right to buy Bitcoin. And so the specific changes that they're making, if you're wondering, JPMorgan is now looking at offering clients access to Bitcoin ETFs, according to a person briefed on the plans. Now, this is the daily inflow for ETFs. So this is how much Wall Street is buying these Bitcoin ETFs or selling when you see a red number. And you can see yesterday on the 19th, $667 million poured into the Bitcoin ETFs. And so Jamie Dimon, even though he warned that he would fire any JP Morgan employee that he found trading Bitcoin, and he said it was stupid and against firm policy, even though he said that, they want to offer Bitcoin ETFs to their clients. Why? Because there's a giant demand for it. Now let's get into why there is a demand. So the first place I want to look is JP Morgan's own website. Now, JP Morgan, they have a question right here. All right, well, this looks cool. Does it make sense to buy Bitcoin? It's on JP Morgan's official website. When you click on this, actually, they've removed the page. So I got to do a little bit more digging. I was able to find this. Does crypto deserve a place in a portfolio construction? And JP Morgan, it's like they're saying one thing, but they're doing another, because a lot of this is just not making a lot of sense. So to evaluate a crypto's potential role, it's helpful to first assess its success as a currency. Here, Bitcoin falls short. It's neither an effective store of value. So why does JP Morgan say Bitcoin is not an effective store of value? Well, it has incredible price appreciation. Well, call me crazy, but I would say that's a good store of value. And then there's this line right here. Most crypto assets, including Bitcoin, generate no income, and Bitcoin in particular has been a poor diversifier. So why is Bitcoin a poor diversifier for a portfolio? Well, its 3-year rolling correlation with stocks and bonds are both positive. Well, a positive correlation just means they move in the same direction. So that's like saying, well, my stock went up 2x and Bitcoin went up 20x. And so because they both went up, it's not a good diversifier. I mean, I understand the argument, but it doesn't really make much sense if you're trying to help your clients. And so the speech that they just give, it was actually closed to the public, but I was able to find some clips, and this clip to me tells me where I think Jamie Dimon thinks the economy is heading.
Personally, and I don't like making forecasts, stuff like that. I am not a buyer of credit today. Okay, I think credit today is a bad risk. I think that people who haven't been through major downturns are missing the point about what can happen in credit.
And so now Jamie Dimon is publicly calling for a debt crisis. So what happens historically to gold when there's a big credit issue or a big debt issue? Well, historically, gold rallies during these financial crises as investors seek safe haven assets to preserve wealth. A credit market collapse would likely drive up gold prices due to its status as a tangible store of value, uncorrelated with credit-dependent assets. So I expect if there is a debt crisis, like the America's largest bank CEO is predicting, gold and Bitcoin is going to continue to surge. But if JP Morgan has actually forecasted Bitcoin to outperform gold in the second half of 2025. So they're saying there's going to be a credit crisis. During credit crises, gold typically outperforms. And they're saying Bitcoin's going to outperform Bitcoin. So Jamie Dimon, he might go out and he might FUD Bitcoin. He might talk trash about it, but secretly they're obviously saying a debt crisis is coming, a credit crisis is coming. Gold historically does well. In fact, they're saying Bitcoin's going to outperform gold. And so I think Jamie Dimon at this point, he doesn't want to miss the boat. He doesn't want to have his wealthy clients miss the boat, but I don't want you to miss the boat, Disco fam. So smash that like button, and I'll see you and your Bitcoin at the top. Jamie Dimon's not FUDing us.